morning. Welcome back to Playa del Carmen. We have officially been living here for a month now, so we wanted to give you our monthly cost of living in Mexico for 2024. And even though we are Canadian, we want to give all of these costs in USD just so it's sort of universal. And before Sarah gets up, I wanted to give you our biggest cost of the month, which is renting an apartment. Now, normally we would book something on Airbnb if we were staying somewhere for like a week or two, but when we're staying places for a month, we like to look at other places because Airbnb doesn't always have the best rates. So we actually joined a Facebook group for Playa del Carmen short and long-term rentals, and I just basically just posted on there saying, hey, we're here from this date to this date, and we actually got like 15 people sending us different apartments, and we just basically got to choose whichever one fit best for us. And it's been a great place to stay. We have really good Wi-Fi. There's a separate bedroom, which is nice just to have things a little bit separate. We have a big pull-out couch, basically, that becomes a bed, even though we've pretty much just been using it as a mega couch the whole time. Although my sister Jody has been staying with us, and she said it's been a good place to sleep. And we have a rooftop pool, which is really nice, especially here in Playa del Carmen. It gets super hot. It's nice that you don't have to go to the ocean just to get into some water. So that's a really nice feature here. And of course, air conditioning, which is an absolute must in hot places like this. Now, everything I've listed about this apartment would probably amount to around $3,000 on Airbnb, but we've been renting it for 17,500 pesos plus electricity bill. And now, since we are still here, we don't have our electricity bill yet, so I'll put that price here. But it's been a great place to stay. We are kind of farther away from the city center, so it's not very loud. It's fine because we like to walk. We're around like 20th Avenue and 42nd Street, but it's been a fantastic place to stay. We're actually also super close to Super Chedraui, which is basically just a large grocery store chain here in Mexico. And as per usual, we will add the link in the description for this place if you are interested in booking a place like this for a month here in Playa del Carmen.
Well, quick change of plans. We're gonna film kind of a day in the life expenses video like we did in Oaxaca, but leave it to the last day to be cloudy outside, so it doesn't look very nice and maybe even would rain. So all the activities we had planned aren't really gonna make any sense.
Yeah, typical. We are literally leaving tomorrow, and of course it's not great weather.
So this is gonna just be a sit down expenses talk instead, and it's actually kind of nice because it'll probably be kind of like a recap of our month in Playa del Carmen, because we'll just include a lot of footage that we've already taken here.
Yeah, exactly. So continuing on with groceries and eating out costs. We've been doing a lot of our shopping at that Super Chedraui that I mentioned earlier, and that has been kind of more expensive than what we would normally be doing with like markets and such. And so that came to around $482 just for groceries for the month. And then eating out, which has also been a little bit more expensive because we're in Playa del Carmen. This is a lot more of a touristy area. The restaurants here charge a little bit more, and that is about $400 that we've spent just by going out for food, drinks, and the like.
Yeah, and I'd say we haven't been holding back on either of these. Like, we have been eating a lot of ice cream and cheesecake and candy and snacks from the store. And we've been going out for drinks and food with Eric's sister and other friends that have been around. So we've been doing it, like, kind of just doing whatever we want and not worrying about it. So you can definitely spend less, but I'd say you can also definitely spend a lot more because Playa del Carmen is known for their food and drinks. So if you're going to Fifth Ave every single night and going out for food, you'll probably spend a lot more than $400 on food and drinks in the month. But that just kind of really depends on your lifestyle choices.
Absolutely. Next up is recurring fees, and that is things like our health insurance, our eSIMs from Olafly, and our gym membership. Now, we haven't done a gym membership this month because gyms here are also quite expensive. We found that a lot of the gyms, like kind of an average cost is like 1,000 pesos per month, which is a lot more than what we're used to. And we kind of just wanted to save money in that way, since we're gonna be working a lot and we were just gonna be like doing a lot of film days. We weren't gonna be able to find a lot of time to go to the gym. So we've just been doing sort of our own workouts. I've been doing a push-up challenge this whole month. This has been kind of the ongoing joke. I've been doing like the Sally Up challenge, which has been pretty grueling. It's been pretty hard to do. I have not been able to complete the song yet, but it's been a good way to just sort of stay active, as well as maybe even just going for a jog on the beach every now and then. It's been a nice way to just, keep the blood flowing.
Still have not used our exercise bands though.
3 years, I don't know.
Are we going to throw them out today? Probably
not. No, we have not.
So the main expense in this section is our travel medical insurance, and that is from Safety Wing. We highly recommend their services for digital nomads because it's super flexible. You can change your dates anytime. You can also sign up for it once you're outside of the country, which is kind of unusual for a lot of travel medical insurance. They also cover things from emergency medical, but also the travel side of things like lost luggage, trip delay, those kind of things.
There's also add-ons for adrenaline seekers and electronic coverage for your devices, and they recently launched a fully comprehensive health insurance for nomads, and this covers things like dental, vision, and lots more. So
if that's something that you're possibly interested in or could be useful to you, make sure you check out the link in our description and sign up for Safety Wing. So the total for our recurring fees this month has come to $164. And then our next category is activities. And again, we have done a lot of things here. We have spared no expense. We've gone to a lot of cenotes. We've done Tulum ruins. We've done Isla Mujeres, which was fantastic. We ferried there and spent the night.
We went to Xcaret.
Yeah, I was going to say, our big expense within this activity column is our Xcaret passes. Yeah. That is not a cheap thing. We definitely splurged on that activity because we usually don't spend that much on activities. But everything we've done this month has been amazing, and I have zero regrets. So our activity total comes to...
How much? How much is it?
How much? $494.
$494 on activities for the month.
Almost $500. That's way outside of our normal budget.
I feel like that is quite a bit, but I would say like for being able to go do a bunch of stuff, like I don't know. I feel like we did a ton of things this month.
Yeah. No regrets.
No regrets. And of course, attached to the activities column is transportation. You have to be able to get around to go to these activities. And so we've been using bikes, buses, and ferries. And we even took a taxi once or twice. And that total comes to around $112. And that is largely because we've been using the Colectivo system so often. It is so cheap to take colectivos around here, basically to get, across Playa del Carmen or even to Tulum. It ranges from somewhere around 10 pesos to like 50 pesos, which is like nothing to get for like an hour drive is like 50 pesos is like super cheap. Another thing we had looked into is renting a car. We were looking on discovercars.com and they had a lot of different options to like compare different rental car prices. If you're not really keen on using colectivos or public transport, that's another great way to go if you want to just drive yourself around to get to some of these activities.
Especially if you're doing things that are off the main highway. The colectivos are obviously fantastic for going north to south, but if you're going to go explore cenotes or Chichen Itza or things that are off the main highway, renting a car would definitely be super helpful.
Absolutely.
And our last column is just miscellaneous. So this includes things like laundry, a few gifts, and the dentist. So this came to $445 for the month. And the big thing in here was the dentist. So if you watched our other video, we both got a cleaning and I got a whole tooth repair. So this column is also a lot more than we normally spend, but honestly it was so worth it because we just kind of got all that dental work done.
But it's so nice to be able to get that done here as well. I would say that was totally worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd come back here just to go to that dentist again.
Absolutely. So our total for the whole month in Playa del Carmen, the living in Mexico, cost of living 2024 for 1 month here, $3,100 US. Now that is for the two of us, and like we said, it's been like pretty expensive here. And I also have mentioned that we have one more day here. We haven't gotten our electricity bill, so we'll put the actual cost right here.
Yeah, and again, this is us kind of living lavishly, I would say. We have not spared many expenses. I mean, we're still eating cheap tacos and we're making a lot of our own food, so that's been great. But I would say any activity we wanted to do, we've done, and we've been eating out whenever we want to. So this is kind of what I would say is like a more generous budget. You could definitely do cheaper. You could also definitely do a lot more expensive. Yeah.
If you saw our Oaxaca video, we probably spent like a little over $1,000 more than we did in Oaxaca. So it also is sort of location dependent as well.
But I got a new tooth out of the deal, so.
That's true. And we went to a lot of cool like shows and things. So that was awesome. Realistically, if you were here by yourself, the cost would also be different. I would say that you could probably get away with being or living here for 1 month for $2,000. I would say you'd be able to have a decent place to live with good Wi-Fi and even like a rooftop pool like we have here. And I guess maybe your costs would be different because you'd probably be going to more like digital nomad type of workspaces. But other than that, yeah, I would say, $2,000 if you're just by yourself.
And I will add as well that if you are a big activity person, as in free diving, yoga, scuba diving, those kind of activities, obviously budget a lot more within that activities column because we haven't done any of those kind of things. We've done like the cheaper, I don't know.
Basic activities.
The tourist activities. But if you're going to be doing any of that kind of stuff, you need to budget a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think? Is that a good price to be living here in Mexico? I know we kind of said that it's all location dependent, but I feel like we did pretty well this month. Again.
Yeah. For what Playa del Carmen is and what we've all done, I feel like it was pretty good.
Absolutely.
But what do you think?
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this type of video, then just let us know because we actually enjoy making this. I feel like it's useful for us to kind of look at how much we spend. And it might be useful for you as well. So thanks again for watching, and
see you in the next one.
Yeah, two hands.
Mine. It's so dumb.
Oh, now it's getting bright out.
No, here comes the sun.
Was it 2000?
Yeah, it was 2000.
Oh. Then let's start that over.
Yeah, Oaxaca was definitely 2000.
Was it?
Yeah, 2682.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, Canadian. So 2070. Yeah.
2070.